Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. It's Friday. It's the weekend. We finally made it. I'm looking forward to the week after next. I'm going to be taking a vacation from work. It's definitely well. I feel like it's definitely well earned. Our team at my biotech job. It's a lot. We're under a lot of pressure, and I think a lot of the staff are feeling it too. But I think a few of the other guys are going to be taking the week off too. So it's going to be a well-earned rest. But with that out of the way, I always like to say thank you very much to all my subscribers. It really means a lot to me. And I got 11 books this past week. I'm going to be going over 5. A lot of the DC books where it felt like misses more than hits. I'll be talking about Shazam and Superman number 78. I've been really liking Superman 78 by Robert Venditti. It's the sort of sequel to his other Superman 78 miniseries. I highly recommend that series. It definitely has the Christopher Reeve vibe, but instead of talking about it, I'll go over it. This is Superman number 78. The art is by, if you'll bear with me. The art is very well done too. Gavin Guidry. If you haven't read your books, I recommend to read your books and then come back to the video because I will be going over it, so I don't want to give you any spoilers. But you find out that the Russian guy who made the suit in the previous issue, and it's powered by kryptonite, is none other than, you guessed it, Metallo. And Metallo and Superman end up getting into a fight, not before Superman takes Lois, dead ringer from Margot Kidder, taking her to the Fortress of Solitude. And they have romantic moments with Superman sort of introduces mom and dad. This is Jor-El and me and Jor-El and Lara. But Metallo makes it to the near the Fortress of Solitude, and then they end up having a fight. And I think the way they write this is the Russian version of Metallo, and this will be like the first time that kryptonite is introduced in this timeline for Superman. But this is very well done. A+. It's a 6-issue miniseries, so if you're not into miniseries, definitely get the trade when it comes out. Worth your time. I've been loving Shazam by Mark Waid and Dan Mora. Mark Waid and Dan Mora, superstars in their own rights. For Mark Waid for writing World's Finest and Dan Mora for illustrating it, and it's just fantastic. And the Batson family are sort of fighting against the gods, and the Batsons have some help. Their sister, Spy Smasher, Mr. Adam, Eugene the Invincible. Yeah, that's he calls himself Spy Smasher, but that's Dr. Dinosaur. That's the dinosaur in this series that's been trying to get Shazam to sign some paperwork. It's a wild series. It's definitely a wild series. I've been enjoying it, and at the end, they sort of speak. I really enjoy the dialogue here with Shazam talking with the gods, saying that instead of demanding respect from mortals, earn the respect, earn that respect and earn that right. And it sort of threw the Zeus for a twist. So they're released of their own recognizance, only to find that there's some more trouble come to Earth in the form of Black Adam. So this book is definitely picking up steam. I'm really enjoying Shazam. A book that I'm loving, this is just good old-fashioned horror, Blood Commandment. This is issue number 2 of 4. Simon Kudransky is writing Something Epic, and I spoke about it in my comic book group. Something Epic is just a beautiful story. It's beautifully drawn, written. It definitely, if you're, my mother had a bout of cancer, and that book definitely goes over loss and the beauty of imagination. It's is just a very well done book, something epic, and that's going to continue in March, and with a new arc. So I'm very excited for that. But Blood Commandment, the sheriff and his son, they go out and they find this wolf head, not just the head, but with the spine still attached, and they're trying to find out what, like, they know that no beast or human can do that, but I mean, this guy probably knows. So this man, well, not man, this vampire has a little bit of history with Ezra, and we don't know that much about it until they get into a debacle when this vampire is trying to find Ezra, but then Ezra rams his car through him, and he says, "You should have aimed at the heart." It's beautifully drawn. I love Simon Kodransky. I'm glad I picked up his work. I don't know if he's written anything else before Something Epic and Blood Command. If you like Simon Kodransky and you have some recommendations, please put them in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm really enjoying his work. Next up, this is issue 1 of 6, I believe, and this is written in the vein of campy horror movies like Eight-Legged Freaks. This is called Skeeters. It's pretty much the story of a government agency that's working on mosquitoes, and oh no, they're escaping. It's very gory. There's a lot of swearing, so it's obviously for mature audiences. But this hick sheriff pulls over somebody who has cargo, who has these skeeters in the back. But it's it's a campy horror story. I really love the art. It's very gross, so if you're not into gross, then don't read it. But it's by Kelly Williams, and the art is by Bob Frantz, and Kevin Cuff is also on art. So Skeeters, A+, but my A+ book has got to be, and you could probably guess it if you follow the series so far, issue number 3 of Transformers. Daniel Warren Johnson is doing some great things. We're only on issue 3, and he's doing some fantastic things. And by fantastic things, he's definitely introducing some drama where Spike's family, they start off fighting the Autobots because the officer believes Spike's dad feels like the Autobots have his son. But then you see in the next panel, you have Soundwave and Starscream. Soundwave made the mistake of mentioning Megatron, and I just read it in Starscream's voice when he goes, "Never mention that name again." He's such a bitter robot. But there's a lot of fighting. I'm trying to find the page. I mean, Optimus goes all out. He tears his own arm off, and he's fighting Skywarp, who is another Decepticon who found the Witwickies. And then there's a lot of action. It's a great story. I just love this book with what Daniel Warren Johnson is doing. But that's it for this week. It's pretty brief. I did enjoy Batman Silent Night issue 1 of 4. That sort of crossover series. That story's also drawn by Dan Mora, and Jeff Parker is the writer. Santa's teaming up with Batman, and then they're fighting Krampus. So it was good, but it wasn't A+. But I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. It was very nice to speak with you guys. As always, I always enjoy doing these videos. I'm going to put a link of my friends in the description down below. If you like this channel and you want to support other content creators, definitely give my friends a look at. They're very good. I love their channels, and I love what they produce. All right? Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you next week.